Hey everybody, Cake Marshall here again. Well, guess what? We're still in lockdown. What a surprise. But the work of the Cake Marshall never stops, so I've got another great video for you today. Today we're actually going to talk about one of my favorite things. And you can tell I got a lot of favorite things from these videos, but the favorite thing we're going to talk about today is bacon. That's right, bacon. And yeah, we're going to look into a little bit of its history, all about bacon. We're going to get some bacon facts, and then we're going to make some delicious candied bacon. How can you go wrong? There's two great things. There's candy and bacon in one thing. It's like burning, and man, there's no way to lose. Anyway, yeah, let's take a look at bacon. The earliest bacon was a rough affair and a far cry from what we now think of as bacon. A post-war 1950s America saw the industrialization of food production, and so was born the miracle of sliced bacon. Bacon and eggs. BLT and a Coke, 40 cents. It just feels like everything is right with the world. So in these tough times, what lessons can we learn from bacon? Well, we should get up and have a good breakfast. Then we should get to work and go out and walk around. Wear a mask. And don't forget about the future, because you know what? Bacon's gonna be there too. Alrighty, everybody, that was a lot of bacon knowledge there, huh? That's what the Cake Marshall is bringing, knowledge, my friends. So we're going to go ahead and start making our recipe for today, which is candied bacon. I've got some good, thick-cut, high-quality bacon here. It's going to be perfect for our operation, and we're going to go ahead and lay it on this pan. Now, in this cookie sheet, I've also got a couple of grids to kind of keep it up high off of the bottom of the pan so it's not sitting in its own juice. A lot of fat and juice is going to come off this as it's cooking, so we want to keep it from getting soggy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start laying that bacon in. Nice strips here. And I've got the oven preheating to 350 as I'm doing this here. Alright, I couldn't quite get a whole pound on there, but we're going to work with what we got. I'm sure I could figure out something else to use this delicious bacon on. So the next step is to put some brown sugar directly on top of it. I've got this nice high quality brown sugar here. We're just going to go ahead and lay it on in a little line right on top of the bacon. I mean, we don't need to go light on this. Use as much as you think it's going to take. We want to get a good coating on there. And I'll do a couple strips. Then I'm going to pat it down so that it's kind of evenly coating the strips here. See what I did there? I got it patted down. There's a good coating on the whole strip. It's going to be delicious, man. Okay, on these last three, I'm actually going to add a little bit of spice to those last three strips. So here I'm going to use this ground pepper. I've got three choices of grinds here, the fine, the medium, and the super coarse. I'm going to use the medium coarse. I want some nice crunchy pepper bits on there. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on the top of these last three here to make them a little bit more spicy. It's going to be good. And of course, more brown sugar. Okay, I've got the oven preheated to 350. I've got the brown sugar pressed down on all the slices. It's looking good. On these last three back here, I've got some black pepper for a little bit of spice. Let's go ahead and throw these in the oven. It's going to be good. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for 30 minutes here, and then we'll check on it and see how it's doing. Okay, it's been about a half hour. It's time to check on the candied bacon and give it a little turn if it needs a turn. Oh, yeah, that's looking real good. I am going to go ahead and give it a turn just to make sure it gets cooked evenly. Yum, that's going to be good. Okay, let's put it back in. We want to make sure we get it good and crispy. So I'm going to give it, let's say, another 10 minutes. And then I'll check back on it in 10 minutes. And we'll see how it's going. And we'll assess whether we need to give it some more time. It's going to be delicious. We want to keep our eyes on it. See you guys in a few. Okay, everybody, we give it that extra 10 minutes and it's looking perfect. I'm going to go ahead and take it out and let it sit on the counter for a while and cool down. It's looking good. Let's set it over here on the counter. So we want to remember that this is super duper hot. It has got sugar in it, as we've talked about in other recipes. That doesn't get much hotter, so be careful that you don't burn yourself. I'm going to let it cool down for a bit over here, so that we can remove it without it getting too stuck to the pan. So let's give it maybe, 15 minutes to cool down. If you can bear to not eat the candied bacon for the next 15 minutes, let's give it a try. Alrighty, I waited about 15 minutes for it to cool down, and then I plated it up. I usually cut it into about half-size slices. It's pretty rich, it's pretty sweet, this stuff, but it is delicious. We got some really nice glisten on there, some nice crunchy sugar texture on these. Keeping it on that rack and keeping it out of the grease is really essential to keeping this on a crispy side, or else it gets a little bit soggy. Let's give it a try and just confirm that it's delicious. This piece is really looking about as good as it gets. It's candy and it's bigger. I mean, what's not to love? It's delicious. So you guys, if you want to be the hit at the next breakfast or the next meeting or the next whatever you got going, I encourage you to try candied bacon at home. I'll see you guys on the next cake day. Cake Marshall out. Yum.